Welcome back to Poorly Educated Today in the News, the only show where the news is hotter than a cast-iron skillet left on the tailgate at a July cookout and twice as likely to set off a fire warning. We've got federal agents, angry bankers, travel bans, deep-fake robots making weird photos nobody asked for, and foreign policy that looks like a raccoon on moonshine driving a stolen golf cart across 3 state lines. Buckle up, because today, America is running at 700 horsepower and negative impulse control. Let's roll. Segment 1, the Minneapolis Meltdown and Uncle Sam's Temper Tantrum. Folks, the government has officially entered its throw-in furniture across the trailer era because the Minneapolis situation done turned into a national family feud where nobody remembers what started it. But everybody's mad anyway. ICE rolled into the Twin Cities like they were auditioning for Fast and Furious 12. Paperwork and perjury, and somehow it ended with Renee Good tragically shot. The White House screaming that she was a secret left-wing ninja warrior, and a bystander video showing her calmly saying she wasn't mad. Buddy, if America had a soundtrack right now, it'd just be one long, uncomfortable banjo note. And then the mayor of Minneapolis came out like a redneck uncle during Thanksgiving, yelling, "I dropped an F-bomb, they killed somebody," which is honestly the most relatable sentence a politician has said in 10 years. Meanwhile, the feds are withholding $129 million from Minnesota like, "Oh, you don't like what we did? Guess you don't like money neither." Nothing says mature governance like, "Nice state you got there. Shame if someone financially inconvenienced it." Segment 2. ICE out for good and America's 50-state freakout. Now the whole country's protesting. Portland, Durham, Texas, Kansas, Ohio, Florida. Even places where the most exciting thing normally is a new Dollar General opening. Folks are marching under the banner ICE out for good, which sounds like a Dairy Queen promo, but is in fact people telling the government to knock it off. This ain't 2020-style chaos. This is organized, polite, almost courteous outrage like, "Excuse me, sir, we'd like to dismantle your federal agency, thank you very much." Meanwhile, the administration keeps yelling that anyone complaining is part of a shadowy left-wing sleeper cell, which is funny because most of these protesters look like librarians who just got pushed past their limit. And because this is America, the protests are nationwide, but the arguments online are somehow even worse. You got your cousins on Facebook typing whole conspiracy fanfics like they're hoping Netflix buys the rights. Segment 3. Fortress America travel ban, now with 19% more banned countries. Next up is the new travel ban, Proclamation 10,998, which sounds like something you'd find scribbled in the margins of a doomsday prepper manual. On January 1st, the U.S. went, "We're banning visas from 19 countries because national security, or astrology, or vibes, whatever." It's like the previous travel ban got a gym membership and came back swole. Now families are split, asylum seekers are stranded, and every international student is suddenly refreshing their email like they're waiting on a text back from someone who's definitely ghosting them. The administration says it's all necessary, but the rest of the world is looking at us like, "Y'all okay? Blink twice if you need help." And the craziest part is the White House acts shocked that people are upset, like banning half the planet's visitors wouldn't cause a stir. It's like banning forks and then wondering why everyone's eating soup angry. Segment 4. Trump's 10% credit card cap and Wall Street's emotional support ferrets. Let's mosey on over to the economy, where President Trump just proposed a 10% cap on credit card interest rates. 10%. 1-0. Wall Street reacted like somebody had suggested replacing the Nasdaq with a yard sale. Bankers are screaming that this will destroy the financial system, which is banker talk for, we might have to cancel our third yacht. They said 14 million Americans might lose credit access, which is what banks say whenever they're mad. If you regulate us, we'll take our toys and go home and y'all can borrow money from raccoons. Meanwhile, rednecks everywhere responded, 10%? Shoot, I ain't seen a number that low since the time my cousin tried to grade a math quiz he couldn't read. JP Morgan's stock dropped like a possum falling out of a tree. Not just because of the cap, but because their CFO said expenses were going to hit $105 billion next year. Buddy, if my expenses hit $105 billion, I'd just lie down in a field and let nature reclaim me. Segment 5. The $1.5 trillion boom boom budget bonanza. Defense stocks, meanwhile, are higher than a gas station cashier at 2 a.m. because Trump wants to crank the military budget up to $1.5 trillion by 2027. That's trillion with a T, as in, that's too dang much. But we're doing it anyway. Lockheed Martin, Northrop, RTX, they're all dancing like they just found out their rich aunt died and left them the deed to a gold mine. America's basically saying, we can't afford rent, but we can afford 800 new planes that go whoosh real fast. This isn't a budget. It's a monster energy drink with line items. Segment 6. Maha Diet Plan. Protein. Good, sugar evil, seed oils go to jail. And now please rise for the national anthem of this administration. More beef, less sugar, and seed oils can burn in hell. The Maha Initiative is rewriting the food pyramid so aggressively, it might as well show up with a sledgehammer. They doubled protein recommendations. They rehabbed saturated fat like it's a washed-up country singer making a comeback tour. They declared war on sugar like it owes them money. And seed oils? Son, they talk about seed oils like they're planning to put them on trial in The Hague. School lunches are about to get so protein-heavy that every middle school boy in America is going to be walking around like a tiny bodybuilding cult. Meanwhile, PepsiCo and General Mills are staring at these guidelines like someone ran over their dog. Segment 7. Venezuela, Greenland, and Deepfake Apocalypse. America's World Tour of Chaos. Finally, let's take a trip around the world without leaving the safety of our couch cushions. We got the U.S. raiding Venezuela, capturing Maduro, seizing oil tankers, and pitching American oil execs on oil, but make it patriotic. The execs said the infrastructure is sloppy, which is rich coming from an industry that's spilled more goo on beaches than tourists have sunscreen. Then there's Greenland, where locals are wearing hats that say, "Make America Go Away," which honestly same. Denmark told the US that if we try anything funny, NATO is over. Imagine ending a 75-year alliance because you wanted a giant ice cube with minerals in it. And on top of all that, Elon Musk's AI chatbot Grok is generating so many deepfakes that Europe is yelling, "Shut it down." The UK is threatening bans, and Elon responded by putting the feature behind a paywall like, "If you're gonna break the law, at least pay $8 for it." America truly is the Waffle House at 3 a.m. of global politics. Loud, messy, confusing, but somehow still open. In conclusion, America in January 2026 is a wild ride. The kind where the roller coaster operator says, "Don't worry, this thing mostly works," and you just hold on and pray. We got federal crackdowns, global showdowns, angry bankers, angry nutritionists, angry Europeans, and a budget big enough to fight 3 wars and still have money left over to buy Greenland a fruit basket. But here at Poorly Educated Today in the news, we'll keep sorting through the chaos with the scientific precision of a man diagnosing engine trouble by kicking the tire and saying, "Yep, that's broke." Stay safe, stay loud, and stay poorly educated.